Good morning, Facebook friends and YouTube followers. This is Rich again, back for your first video blog of the day for Sunday, July 27, 2014, around 7:50 in Billerica. Going to be a little bit cloudy today, maybe a chance of a couple of raindrops here and there, and it's not going to be a great day. Tomorrow's not going to be a great day as well. We're going to be dodging some thunder showers, but you know, it's better than snow this time of year, and we got to take advantage of the summer days around here, because sooner or later we're going to get the cold again. But let's go through summer slowly. Some news to report. The Tampa Bay Rays beat the Boston Red Sox by a score of 3-0. Also, Byron Scott has been named head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers, and today at 12:30 p.m. on MLB Network, the 2014 Baseball Hall of Fame induction ceremony from Cooperstown, New York. Greg Maddux, Tom Glavine, Frank Thomas, Bobby Cox, Tony La Russa, and Joe Torre will be inducted into the Hall of Fame, and they'll be joining a lot of former Hall of Famers who are going to be attending the event. My first subject of the day is about why isn't college football big in New England. College football is like one of the biggest sports around, especially in the Midwest and the Southeast, and also in California. But it isn't really big in New England because there's only 3 Division I FBS schools: Boston College, UMass, and Connecticut. And all 3 are like Boston College, you know, has a decent team. They've always had like decent teams in the histories. Sometimes they're real good, sometimes they're real bad, but they've had decent teams over the years. Some good players have came out of Boston College, like quarterback Doug Flutie, who had a great career in the NFL and CFL, and current Falcons quarterback Matt Ryan. And like BC's been in some major bowl games, but they've never played for a big national championship, and they draw decent crowds at Alumni Stadium in Chestnut Hill, but like the Boston media is not really big on them. They don't talk about them on the radio and stuff, and that's not good. Also, like UMass used to be like FCS, but they converted over to an FBS school. This is like the 3rd year they converted over to an FBS school, and they play the games at Gillette Stadium, but they draw sparse crowds like 20,000 or so. And this year they're going to split their home games between UMass. Their stadium in UMass which only sits about 20,000, and Gillette Stadium, and they're in the MAC conference, but they're going to be dropped from the MAC conference at the end of the 2015 season. And ever since they were a big powerhouse in FCS, they won a few national championships on the FCS division of the NCAA college football, but they wanted to become big, so they went to Division I, but they went to a smaller conference, and they should be, you know, drawing crowds at Gillette Stadium, but UMass is in Amherst, Massachusetts, and a lot of people do not want to drive 2 hours to Gillette Stadium to see a game. Plus, UMass has played very poorly in the MAC conference. They've only maybe won 1 game the past 2 years in conference, and also maybe they're just not cut out to be a FBS school. And there's rumors they might be dropping their football program, which will be a very shame, because they had a good tradition in winning championships in FCS, but when they moved up to FBS, they think they were going to get money for being in a bowl game and stuff like that, but I don't see them having the talent to be that good, and I just really hope they do not drop football. And UConn actually was a football program went FBS in about 10 years ago, and they have decent sized crowds, but they're not really big on football. It's mainly a basketball school for them, but you know, they've had some good teams that they play in the All-American Conference, and you know, it's pretty good. BC plays in the ACC. That's one of the biggest known conferences in college sports, but that's mainly a basketball powerhouse. Football's decent, but that's mainly a basketball powerhouse. I think the reason why college football isn't big in New England because of it's a professional sports region. Many people kind of pay attention more to the professional sports than the college sports usually, unless if it's like UConn basketball or like Hockey East, and like interest in college football in the Northeast and especially New England is very marginal at best. People will just, don't really pay attention to it unless if there's absolutely nothing to do. And it's college football is a great sport, very, very good sport, and it's probably one of the most popular sports in the country behind the NFL, NBA, Major League Baseball, and NHL. I think it's maybe 5th or 6th most popular in this country. And, New England just probably doesn't really pay attention too much to college football. Crowds are decent, but, I think a lot of people just don't care for it too much, which it's a shame because it's a good sport, and that's where a lot of the NFL stars start in college. You could be seeing the next Tom Brady or whoever at these games for Boston College or UMass or UConn. You never know these days, but I just really hope more and more people pay attention to college football, support BC, support UMass Amherst, and support UConn football teams, because some of these players might be future NFL stars. Well, that's about it for right now. I'll be back later on in the day for more news and video blogs. Goodbye, Facebook friends and YouTube followers.